Good morning from gorgeous Cape May, New Jersey. Since we arrived yesterday at around noon, we have had a wonderful time. Yesterday, we saw the migration of hundreds and hundreds of birds, from small warblers and sparrows and swallows to big, large birds like bald eagles and everybody in between. We saw red-shouldered hawks and red-tailed hawks, Cooper's hawks, sharp-shinned hawks, loads of ospreys, most carrying fish for the road. We also saw peregrine falcons, merlins, and kestrels. Just loads and loads of turkey vultures and black vultures. It was really, really beautiful. And then we also had lots of migrating butterflies, monarchs and buckeyes, red admirals, cabbage whites, and loads of dragonflies. And then, if that wasn't enough, last night we had the aurora borealis all the way down here in Cape May, New Jersey, which is pretty cool to have the northern lights all the way down here. It was spectacular. And today is already off to a crazy start. The sky is already full of birds. All of the same species as yesterday. We've had some better looks at some already, though. Cape May is a special place. National Geographic actually voted it as one of the top birding destinations in the world. And the reason for that is the birds are actually funneled down here. So birds from as far north as Canada, east of the Great Lakes, are all funneled to the coast. And once the birds hit the coast, they follow the coastline down and they wind up here in Cape May, New Jersey, where they face crossing Delaware Bay. So sometimes the winds aren't right for the birds to continue their migration, and the birds need the north-northwest winds to migrate. They don't need them, but that makes it much easier. Imagine if you are flying south, do you want to have to battle with the wind in your face? Some of these birds will fly all the way from Canada down to South America. So imagine battling against a south wind in your face the whole way, compared to having a boost from a north-northwest wind. So those conditions, you're looking for the north-northwest wind for the very best migration conditions. And you want those conditions in the fall. The birds are migrating in the fall. Different species migrate during different windows of time. By now, most of the broadwing hawks have already flown through, even though we're seeing a few each day. We saw a couple yesterday, and we've already seen one today. I'm sure we'll see some more, but very few compared to the hundreds or even thousands that passed through in September. So, yeah, you want to look for these beautiful sunny blue sky days with north-northwest winds. Sometimes they're ugly cloudy days, but these are, of course, my very favorite. It's just gorgeous. And we're just going to hang out here all day, or at least until well after lunch, at which time we'll probably head down to the Avalon Sea Watch. And at that time, I will film a separate video about that migration spot. It's very, very different than this one. And I have some wonderful, some crazy stories from when we were at Avalon a couple of years ago. But for now, we're just going to enjoy the sun, the migrating birds of prey, butterflies, dragonflies. The songbirds are actually resting in the trees behind me. So they fly during the night. The small passerine birds, the songbirds, they migrate at night, which is better for them. They avoid more predators that way. During the daytime, they put down in the trees, and there's so many around here, just you can't look for a second in a tree without seeing a bird. So they put down in these trees, they rest, get their strength back, they eat. And the birds of prey coming through might stop. It's almost like a fast food restaurant here down at Cape May Point near the lighthouse. They will stop. They'll, the sharp-shinned hawks, for example, the Cooper's hawks, the merlins, the American kestrels, the peregrines, they'll take a pass through here, and they'll pick birds out of the trees, because the birds of prey, of course, eat other birds and other animals for food. So that's the story here. I will video a bit of what it looks like so you know what I'm looking at here, and I hope this video encourages you to come down here in the fall to enjoy the spectacle, because migration is just an amazing, amazing thing to take part in. I talk often about connection with nature and how we are all one, and watching this happen front row, seeing what the birds go through, it just gives you a whole new appreciation of them and of this beautiful planet we live on and of the circle of life and all of it. So I encourage you to come and jump into the fray. These are the trees with the small birds, the songbirds, the passerines. These are the trees they hang out in to eat and to rest, to regain their strength after a long night migrating. Beyond these trees is a small lake, which is actually perfect for ducks to rest in, and herons and egrets, swans. It's also great hunting for birds like swallows. We've seen huge flocks of swallows migrate. And here is the famous Cape May Point Lighthouse. It's so beautiful. And under that tree in the shade is Brad and Maddie. And this is the very busy parking lot full of people coming to birdwatch, coming to partake in migration. And over here is the famous birding platform where people line up to watch the birds migrate. And just over the top of that is a small lake with, again, ducks and herons and swans. But on there, on the right, is the official counter for the day. That person really shouldn't be bothered. He or she is collecting data. And then usually up there this time of year they have a naturalist helping out the beginner bird watchers. Here in this field I'm standing in is where I often see butterflies sit to rest. So far we have seen monarch butterflies this morning already and red admirals this morning. So that's it. That's it for now. Here we are at the platform, and here are the numbers from yesterday. You can stop the video if you want a better look at them. I'm very careful about trying not to get faces on the video. This is the scene at the Hawkwatch. Well, you may have noticed a real shortage so far of birds in this bird watching video. And that is because my camera is not good at taking that type of picture. But I've got you covered. At the end of this video, you will see several pictures of some of the birds that we have seen while we were here in Cape May and at Avalon. So stay tuned and check those out. Also, if you enjoyed this video at the coast as much as I enjoyed videoing it for you, please like and subscribe. This is a brand new channel and every subscription is super important.